Get into my morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jodie and Hayesy on Nova.
Well, g'day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the podcast. Yeah, that's right. Guess what? I'll make all the coffees on me today. All right? All the coffees in the Nova team, 100% on me. Do you know why I'm doing that?
What?
Because I'm trying to sleep with you all.
I know.
It's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Guess what? If you want to buy me a skinny cap, I'm telling your wife.
Oh, jeez. I mean, seriously, a bloke and one of the experts has come out and said that if you buy people coffees or maybe drinks, then it's micro cheating.
Well, give me a...
Grow up, Captain Squarepants. Do you want a coffee, Abs?
I always want a coffee, let's be honest, especially when I have a little sneaky sleep in.
Yeah, sure. No problems.
But I know you pride yourself on buying coffees for people. That's what you do. That's kind of like your love language here at Nova.
100%, because communication is not.
Yes, correct. Also, I just want to let you know, though, that an expert has come out and said that you actually could be cheating on your wife by shouting us coffees.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Classic. Not this again, am I right? No, I'm just kidding.
Basically, they're saying that if you are going and you're shouting your work wife or work hubby coffees or drinks, it could be seen as micro cheating.
Oh, give me a spell. That is ridiculous.
Because-
Whoever wrote this as well is the biggest tight ass on the planet and
Okay,
is not
well-
prepared in any situation to buy somebody a coffee. That's what it is.
You didn't need to attack me like that. But yeah, so this could be seen as micro cheating. If you go to the pub or you go to the coffee shop and you're with your colleague or your work wife, your work hubby, and there's lingering touches and you're spending a bit of extra time with them, and also the fact that you're not telling your partner. So do you tell Cara that you shout us coffees?
Do I tell? No, because she'd be bored with the conversation. Also, let's not overanalyze all these movements. For example, when Abby comes in and we exchange forehead kisses each and every morning.
Yes, true.
Jodes and I, after most mornings, will just exchange a couple of Eskimo kisses.
Yeah.
There's nothing in it. Like Tom Wren was in here a couple of days ago. Beautiful little Tommy Wren was in. We hadn't seen each other for a couple of weeks. So, yeah, we had a pash for about half an hour. But don't overanalyze it, girls.
God,
it's just a couple of lads catching up.
So the pash, I think the pash is fine, but where I draw the line is the coffee and the shouting the coffees.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
So what I'm wondering is we all are in a coffee round here each and every morning. So Cameron Guy Josh will come to us and say, it's your turn, it's your turn, it's your turn. So does that mean we're having a good old-fashioned orgy?
I think so. Wow. Things just got very, very spicy. Do you know what else this reeks of, though, Abs? I think every single person, please get involved, 13 24 10, or send us a text, 0400 919 919, knows a bloke who thinks that every girl, no matter what they say, no matter what they do, wants to sleep with him.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
As in, he'll say, hi, how are you? And she'd say, I'm good, thanks. How are you? And he goes, oh, and he says, oh, she wants me.
Oh my God. I've heard of this over the journey of like women, friends just doing like inane things and blokes going back to other blokes going, oh my God, she's so into me.
Yeah.
It's like, you what?
Oi, lads, Jodes bought me coffee this morning. Oh my gosh. She might as well take her clothes off.
Anyway, who's shout for the orgy this morning?
We're all buying individual coffees now.
Wow, this took a turn, didn't it?
Here's what you're waking up to, Adelaide.
In the news today.
Breaking news.
What's in the news today?
Your post-snooze news.
Well, this is where we do a roundup of all the things that matter today. Mine's not very important. It's maths related. So let's go to Abby in the newsroom first.
Oh my God, guys, all is okay in the world again because Meta is back up and running. Yes, that's right. Facebook and Instagram is back. So you can do your sponsored posts to your life, counts on it. But yeah, anyway, a technical issue caused huge disruptions to Facebook, Instagram and Threads this morning. So Meta are refusing to say what it was, but they are saying that they don't believe it was a cyber attack. So that's good. But basically, people couldn't log into their account and they couldn't refresh their feed.
Just a small question here. Who's Meta?
Meta is the parent company of Facebook and Instagram.
Right, okay.
Yes.
You're in news. Where were you when this happened like years ago?
I don't know. Well, I don't know. This is how invested I am in Instagram. I haven't even checked mine this morning, so I don't even know if it's working.
Well, you are not a good influencer then, are you?
Well, I'm pleased about that. Thank you.
You should be waking up, putting your phone over on the corner, pressing record, and then recording you waking up and pretending that it's normal. Like, okay, here's a life in the day, guys. Here's me waking up.
Yeah.
I feel really refreshed this morning.
Nice.
Thanks to my alkaline water and my green juice from whoever, #sponsored.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
Well,
Love
things
that.
for me to work on in my
just
life.
a few things for you to work on.
Thanks, babe. I really appreciate that.
Thanks, Abs. And can I just take this
Instead,
opportunity
this morning
as well?
I woke up and said, Sid, you've pissed on the carpet again. Christ on a pie.
Yes, that's what your followers want to see.
Exactly
Yeah.
what I saw.
That's nice, isn't it?
Anyway, sorry, Andrew. Let's talk maths last night, all things serious. So there's this guy, Jack, and am I wrong? He's just turning out to be the biggest villain on the show.
He's a bit of a douche.
So they had a retreat at Byron Bay, which actually looked quite nice. But they were all sitting around and everyone's just attacking Jack. You know what Jack did? So there was a guy on the show who confided into the camera that he had body issues and he didn't want to take his shirt off around the pool because he felt a bit overweight and self-conscious.
Yeah.
So Jack walks in, who's a personal trainer, and goes, I see the whales are out today.
Oh, no, Jack. Jack, that is whack.
Jack, that is whack. And this was the response from the group. Have a listen.
Would never directly call anyone a whale. Like there's banter happening all over the place. I did, but not in no context. Outrageous banter. Like banter about sex. Here you go. Shut up. Huh? Just shut up.
Oh, here he goes again.
That's such an ordinary excuse as well. First of all, I never call anyone a whale. All right, I did, but it's just banter.
Banter.
Come on.
This is banter. You and I sitting here having fun, taking the mickey out of each other, but not hurting each other.
This is fun.
Isn't it?
This is fun. We'll talk about your sunspots and how distracting they are. That's fun.
When you walk into an environment and you call someone a whale, that is not banter.
Yeah.
That is body shaming and it's mean and it's cruel and it made the other person feel small.
Yes.
It's actually bullying.
Yeah.
It's apparently, according to producer Zoe, things are about to hit the fan tonight because Eden is very aware that one of the other contestants went and caught up with her ex-boyfriend, and she sent her a text and told her that. And now she's going to tell the whole group. Can't even cope.
Jeez, well, Eden's our girl too.
Yeah, Eden's our girl.
We spoke to Eden.
Yeah.
Lovely South Australian.
Yeah, she is.
Wow, watch this space on maths.
Newsy.
Huge result last night for the MRO, the tribunal. Jimmy Webster, 7 weeks for his hit on Jai Simpkin. I think a lot of people are saying, 10 to 12 weeks and everything. But when you actually break it down, the longest suspension ever was against Gaff when he literally punched Brayshaw in the face and broke his jaw. He got 8 weeks.
8 weeks. Okay.
So then when you compare it to that, he's not going to get more than a bloke punching another bloke and breaking his face.
Yeah, we went back to we were reminiscing about the Barry Hall days.
Barry Hall on Brett Staker.
When he completely lost his mind and punched him in the face as Stakers on Pluto, and then Barry was like putting his arms up in the air going, what? What do you mean?
My gosh.
What did I do?
It was genuinely out of a cartoon. Staker flew off like with angel wings out of the stadium. And then when he came back down, there were birds like circling around the top of his head. Like,
How many weeks is that? About 7 years?
That was 7 weeks, I think.
Yeah,
I think
right.
Barry Hall got 7 weeks. So 7 weeks for Jimmy Webster last night. And just on that as well, I loved when they write down the quotes and everything.
Yeah.
He said, so Jimmy obviously didn't have much to say at all.
Yeah.
He said, I'm happy to cop the backlash, but I've got a 16-month-old and a wife at home. For them to cop it on social media, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But also, when they said, what was your defence for leaving the ground? He said, I have no defence.
Yeah, right.
I just have to cop it.
Yeah.
Do they have to go and do like any education on it? You know, when you get caught drink driving and you lose your license and you go, like, isn't there some sort of thing that you go and do about the dangers of it? Do they have to sit through any education stuff?
There's two things. They're extremely educated, but also it's easy from the cheap seats to sit back and be like, well, he shouldn't have done that, versus being in the moment where it's a split-second reaction.
Yeah, it's man in the arena stuff, isn't it? You know,
Yes.
we've never been in that situation where we've lost our mind and, taken someone out in the footy field, have we?
No, we're not
Or
strong
have
enough.
we, Andrew?
No comment. I'll just say you get away with a lot more back in the sample back in those days.
Sometimes you watch the news and you see things that you can't unsee.
Yeah.
And that was the case last night on 7. And you did a sport report and I just thought, that's so gross. No, that's not true.
Well, I was about jumping in and be like, I didn't work yesterday. Yes.
Watching 7 News last night, and the beautiful Rosanna had a little story that had everyone going, like little vomit bits in your mouth. Have a listen.
A South Aussie shopper's been left repulsed after she says she found rat remains in a can of kidney beans purchased from Coles at Mount Barker. She bought the can on the weekend and made the disgusting discovery while cooking dinner on Saturday night. SA Health has collected the can for investigation.
Bloody rats.
Okay, I'm sorry to bring this up, but like it's a Saturday night. Why are you having kidney beans? Like, it's a Saturday night. Have pasta.
Yeah.
Sounds like things
What
are
are you
tough
doing?
enough. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Snacking on kidney beans and all of a sudden, what a discovery.
How completely and utterly disgusting. It was just like, and if you have a look at it online, it's just like a little rat's leg just sitting in there and some sort of undefined, what looks like maybe a body part, like its stomach or something. Oh my God. And also what I discovered is we're supposed to be rinsing our kidney beans. I didn't realise that. I thought anything that came from a can was safe.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, so
Really?
Jodie, when she eats her kidney beans, she eats it like a duck. She just tilts her head back and go.
That's how she eats her baked beans in the morning, too.
Oh, you know, how many rat legs do you think have gone through Jodie Oddie's system unnoticed?
Oh, please, let's do this. 13 24 10. What disgusting thing have you found in your food? Happy to take your calls this morning. Let's go around the room. Abby, what have you found?
So it wasn't me, but I do remember this story from Mum and Dad where essentially their parents owned like a snack bar down in Ranella back in the day, and somebody had, I don't know whether it was Mum or someone had bought a pie, and they're halfway through eating it and there was literally a mouse remains in the pie.
Jeez.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Little mouse.
Are
Yeah.
you serious?
Yeah. Little furry mouse, no longer furry. In the pie.
In
which
the
is
pie.
just-
Like a mouse in its prime or an old mouse?
I don't know.
Like, at least was the meat nice and
Well, to be
tender?
honest- To be able to fit in the-
Excuse me, mate. The longevity of the mouse, that's your takeaway from the story?
I don't want an old stringy mouse. You know what I mean?
to be able to fit in the pie, you'd assume he was in his prime. He had to be little.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Camera guy, Josh, what you got?
So this happened to a friend of mine's wife in Bali. She was halfway through a nasi goreng and then found half a cockroach.
Oh.
Bit extra protein.
Which means that she'd already enjoyed the head and the thorax.
I was about to ask where the other half was, but she's ingested it.
Yes, mate, that was the whole point of the
Oh, my
story.
gosh.
That's why he said half a cockroach.
Yeah, she
you
got
know
through. So
what?
she finished it off, obviously. Yeah.
It's probably good for us, let's be honest. Like a bit of gut health.
I tell you what's not good. Remember that story circulating in, I think it was Coogee Bay Hotel
Oh, yeah.
a few years ago?
Yeah.
People, there was fecal matter.
Yeah.
And not just sort of particles. We're talking proper. Sort of nuggets, fecal matter. Yeah, that's not good.
I'm a very fussy eater, so I do wonder how many times in my life when I've sent something back to the kitchen that there's a chef that's just gone, oh, you know what, Dale?
You know what?
Bent over, pulled his pants down and got coffees.
So next time I volunteer to make your breakfast, Joe.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You
You're like,
know.
what's that? I'm like, it's a giant kidney bean. It's not.
It's Hazy's liver.
No one wants.
What are the two delicacies, life's little treats in my life?
This is very easy. Shower beers and Anthem's gone wrong.
Spot on. Well done. How did you know? Right off the top of your head like that.
I just know. When you know, you know.
Do you know what? I got another failed anthem for you.
Brilliant.
Also, should we do it while enjoying a shower beer?
Yes, please.
Let's go. Jump in. Yeah, you're very, very welcome. Let me introduce you to Kinsley Murray.
Okay.
Who is an 8-year-old from the States who performed the national anthem just a couple of days ago before an NBA game. It seems to be, it's always before an NBA game.
Always.
I don't know where they're scouting for these people to sing the national anthems, but yeah, I just enjoy this and let those patriotic vibes just really sink into your veins. It's so close.
Whoa.
Get it, Kinsley. There it is. There we go. You don't want to go viral for that.
The
do
thing
you?
is, though, with Kinsley, she's dressed to the nines. She's got this gown on that her mother has sat there and bedazzled for years and years. She's got the ribbons in her hair. It's all there, except for the voice.
Yes, unfortunately, Mum couldn't sing for her.
Do you know the cool part is, though, at one stage when she tries for one of the high notes and she's like, and the rocket bells, say, and she punches the air.
Punches the air.
Like, I've nailed it.
She's trying to signal to the music gods, give me something.
I know.
Do you know what it is, though? It's a good excuse just to once again go through the timeline. Carl Lewis back in 93 before an NBA game.
And the Rockets, red
And that's the best bit.
That sounds like your voice this morning.
Spot on. Just really battling for those little extra bits.
Yep.
But then, of course, the grand finale each and every time we talk of stuffed up national anthems.
Don't do it.
Can we?
Oh, no.
No, sure we can. Yeah, we absolutely can. All-Star game a couple of years ago.
Oh, dear.
Fergie Ferg.
And the rockets red glare that a flag was still
Here it is.
there.
Sometimes, though, just like a pearl in an oyster, beautiful things are formed out of genuine irritation. Like this remix. Did you see this?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
I saw it in the locker rooms when they're all dancing to it.
Now. Oh, it doesn't get much better than this, ladies and gentlemen.
The thing about this story that I do love is that her ex-husband at the time, Josh Duhamel, who's the actor, basically came out after a couple of weeks and said, all right, boys, you've had your fun.
That's the fun. Guess what? People had even more fun because that fueled people even more and more. So thank you very much and welcome to the club, Kinsley Murray.
Our next guest is 6'11" with size 16 feet. And you know what they say about men with big feet? Big basketballs. He played college ball for the University of Kentucky Wildcats. He's a talented muso who likes to hang out at J-Lo's house in the off-season. He's a pioneer in the LGBTQI+ community, having come out to his former Melbourne United teammates in 2022, the first NBL player to do it. As a side note, the Adelaide 36ers hate Melbourne United, which is why we're so glad the big guy calls the entertainment centre home. Please welcome to the star of Fringe Show Unearthed, Isaac Bradley Humphries.
What an intro, guys.
Solid stuff. Wow.
Took me a good 3 minutes to put it together, Isaac.
Nice Wikipedia page, Google there.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? Hey, welcome to the studio. We're so excited to have you, and we're also excited to see your show.
Yeah, thank you. I'm very excited. Fringe is well and truly on the roll. You know what's happening. And I'm closing out Fringe, but yeah, there's so much going on. It's awesome.
Yeah, and so what can people expect? What can they hear at your show?
So my show, it's a singing show. It's half covers, half original songs. So I'll have some original music in there. And it's called Unearthed. And basically, I'll be unearthing a lot of the stories and discoveries and lessons that I learned over the last couple of years through coming out and my suicidal depression and my issues with just coming to terms with my sexuality. Not all negative stuff, obviously. I live a very happy, positive, incredible life now. So it's like a bit of a roller coaster journey in that show.
I want to ask you about that because at the time you were playing for Melbourne United, and how were you feeling that moment that you walked into the room and you knew what you were about to do, no one had ever done before? What were the emotions like? It must have been so intense.
It was very intense. Something I had thought that I would never, ever do. So sitting in a room like that, I thought I would never get to this point. So intense emotions. I had a pretty decent car accident on the way to the practice facility.
Are you kidding?
It was the craziest morning of my life. Like I was T-boned by a stolen car and there was like a machete and drugs in the front seat. It was really intense. I'm filing police reports while telling everyone like, hold off a little bit. I'll be there. And then I had to film that video. So yeah, the craziest 24 hours of my life.
That's insane. What was the aftermath like for you? Because obviously everyone just got around you and went, like, this is awesome. Did you feel brave?
Yeah, people throw brave around a lot, you know, and sure, I understand the element of bravery and stuff like that, but there are so many layers to my decision, and bravery wasn't one that crossed my mind, you know. It was just, how can I live my life and be happy and understand that I don't have to hide anymore, and how do I show people that, and how do I help people who are struggling with that, and how do I use my experience and my story to help as many people as I can. That came through as this big, brave, emotional moment, which of course it was, but that's not really how I saw it. I just wanted to affect the world as much as I could, and that's kind of how it went.
Isaac, I don't want to embarrass you, but you've got this aura about you. So when you walk into a room, you light up a room, and when you speak, people listen. So, and a lot of people, it's not natural for a lot of people. So, I mean, how do I put this without sounding incorrect? You're the right man for the job in terms of spreading awareness and being, I suppose, the voice for such a huge moment in Australian sports society. Do you feel that pressure? Is there pressure there?
Yeah, there's pressure for sure, but I'm an athlete and we thrive on pressure, and I know that with all this pressure and with all this amazing stuff that's come from this, we're doing really good stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just in the Are You OK float in Mardi Gras on the weekend, and I'm an ambassador for Are You OK, and I love that I constantly get to represent mental health and men's mental health, suicide prevention, and I just get to share my story and hopefully, touch a lot of people and help a lot of people.
We're going to switch tack for just one moment. We've been having a little bit of fun this morning. One of Andrew Hayes' favourite things in the world are butchered national anthems. So we had a new contender.
Yeah. I mean, Isaac's a man as well to really
talk to him about this.
cut ear over this just to get some professional advice. So, Isaac, this is Kinsley Murray. And we're not going hard on Kinsley because she's only 8 years old.
No, I've heard.
You've heard it?
I heard a few days ago. Where did I hear this?
If you're just listening for the first time.
Yeah.
This was before an NBA game a couple of days ago. It's just... Who would have thought we could make a man who's almost 7 foot blush and feel
I saw
squirmish?
this on TikTok the other day.
Yeah.
It was being reacted by a vocal coach who was standing there with her parents, and her parents were looking over isn't she great? She's amazing. And the vocal coach had to very nicely just be like, look, there's something there, but we need to get in the studio and learn.
Is this an NBA thing? You played in the NBA. All these anthem stuff-ups seem to be before NBA games.
I mean, who can forget Fergie?
Oh, stop it. Yeah.
Fergie, thank you.
Iconic.
Stunning and brave all in one.
Yes.
And what
talk
about
about brave.
And what about you, Isaac, when you're lining up for a game and someone's singing the anthem? Are you looking there going, I could give some advice here and I could probably do a better job?
Look, I'm very confident in my singing abilities, that's for sure. I know I could do a great job, but honestly, anyone we've had sing this past season with the Sixers has been great.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, to be fair, they picked some good talent. And I always have a friend in the crowd who also knows music. He comes to my games all the time, one of my best friends. And we'll be sneakily looking is she good? Is he good? He's good. It's fun.
I love that.
The nerves between a big basketball game and before
singing.
performing and singing in front of people.
Are they different?
What are the differences?
Same lane of feeling, same that adrenaline craving sort of big moment sort of feeling. But I think the difference with basketball games and my concerts is I plan my concerts for so long and I know exactly what's coming. I don't know how the crowd will react, but I know exactly what's coming. I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm singing. Whereas a game, you have no idea what's going to happen. You have no idea if you'll score, when you'll score, if you'll dunk it, if you'll, miss it. You have no idea what's going to happen. So I think the unknown is where a lot of that nerves for a big game comes from versus, the control I have over my shows.
Let's talk about the Sixers. It was a roller coaster of a season. The first half did not go to plan. Second half under Scotty Ninnis went really, really well. A lot to take away from that. How do you go sitting back watching finals now, and do you have a team that you want to see take it out? Or none of them? None of the above?
None of them.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, it was a very up and down year, and everyone watching, was seeing one thing, and then everyone going through it all was going through a whole other thing. So it was a lot. And I swear, if we had cameras following us, we would win an Emmy for the best reality show. It was crazy in there. The environment was very, very different to what I'm used to. But look, we got there in the end, and Scotty did a great job with sort of what he took over. We found a groove towards the end there, and we just missed finals or the play-in. But I think, I don't know. It's gosh, that was when did we finish? 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah.
Feels like a lifetime ago, But yes, it was a very up and down year. I won MVP for the team, which I'm very proud of.
Awesome.
That was a really cool achievement. And in terms of finals, I still have a lot of love for my Melbourne United family.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Because of what we went through. They helped me so much through a very life-changing moment for me, and I will always have a lot of love and respect for them. So, sure, let's go with Melbourne.
Isaac, while we are waiting to see exactly what you do in terms of your future, because you are an in-demand free agent, yes. DJ said it, your star teammate, he said, look, I've got to take Isaac out, take him to some fancy dinners. If you're sitting there and you're sitting on the fence wondering what you're going to do next year, can we just play something and hopefully this can be the kicker to get you over the line?
Yes, it's true, in red and blue, you're our top big man. But you need a big deal, and we understand. This year results didn't go to plan, but we're close to returning to the promised land. Oh, won't you stay, Humphreys? You're the final piece. DJ's in and so's Riley. Won't you stay, Humphreys?
We need you, Isaac. We desperately need you.
That's fantastic.
Real emotional Sam Smith plea from us.
Wow.
Yeah.
For you to stick around.
Sam Smith from Hayesy at 7 whatever in the morning.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
a
know
lot.
what to do with
It's a-
myself. What?
You thought he was squirmish before we
I
were playing
know.
that youngster doing
That's
that.
awesome. That will very much influence my decision, okay? I promise.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, he's taken the courtesy of putting it on a mixtape. So you
Wow.
can take
Will I
it with
take
you
that?
and
Okay.
play it in your cassette player in the car on the way
On the way home.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So nice.
Mate, in all seriousness, how I know you're not going to say anything, but how are negotiations going? You wearing an Adelaide 36's hat?
That's good.
I
That's gotta
am,
be a good
yes. I
sign.
thought I'd get away with that. That's because I did not have enough time to gel my hair this
Yeah, no
morning, and
product.
it was the cap that was in my car. Look, things are going pretty well, and I am not allowed to say anything just yet. But it's been a very big week. In what day is it? Even Wednesday. It's been a big weekend and week in terms of all of that stuff, and everyone will have some news soon enough. I don't know what I'm allowed to say or not, but it has been a big week with all that. So things are going well, and we'll see what happens this week.
Maybe this we'll just concentrate on singing. We're just going to take it one thing at a time.
One thing at a time. However, that seems to not work in my life. Things like to combine and intertwine.
Isaac, thank you so much for coming in. We absolutely adore you, and I know the crowd, the Sixers crowd, just keep turning up week after week to see you and see you perform. So thank you for coming in. We love you.
Thanks for having me, guys. Really appreciate it.
What the fork?
What the fork?
What the fork is happening?
Please, please, please get involved in this segment. These are the things that you look at and you go, what the fork is that about? And 0400 919 919 is the text line. If you want to text us through what the fork, we're happy to run with it and go with it.
Yeah.
It's all content for us, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You know those things you just look at and you go, oh.
What the fork?
Yeah. What the fork?
Spot on.
Yeah. And yesterday I was saying what the fork. And it got me thinking about weird expressions on 13, 24, 10. I find that most families have these little sayings that they have.
Little in-house
sayings. But yesterday you dropped one on air. Can we go back and have a little listen, please?
The little tiddlywink bits of information that you need. Tiddlywink bits of information. Am I right there, Abs?
Little tiddlywink bits of information. And just to finish that off, we threw to Abby, and yes, I said, is it right? She said, no, it's not right. She said, what's wrong with you? Which was a whole different conversation.
Yeah, I think the expression is tidbits of information.
Oh, right, yes. Yeah. Thank you for the education.
But if you like
tidbits,
to say...
not tiddlywink bits.
If you want to say tiddlywink bits, it's entirely up to you, my friend.
Run your own race.
13 24 10, please get involved this morning. And anyone who gets on the air goes in the air, first class and 50k. You can win a trip to Paris, London or New York, thanks to Ricky Lee Major.
No doubt the Oddies have got a couple of very
God.
unique expressions. Good, you're so zany.
Shut up. I didn't narrow this down because we have so many. I think one of the big ones is like if you're saying you're joking me, we always say you're teriyaki me.
Ah, classic.
Yeah, classic, of course. Eat a bowl is a big one in our house.
Eat a bowl of what?
Of stuff.
What sort of stuff? Like cereal?
Yeah.
Bowl.
Eat a bowl of...
Like a bowl of teriyaki?
Yeah.
Eat a bowl.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's one.
I think, actually, coincidentally, I think a newsreader, Abby, said that to me a couple of times.
Yeah. It's not rocket salad, the other one we like to go for.
Right, that's good. I like that.
Yeah. You got some in your family with Bindi? Beautiful Bindi?
Bin says stuff that she just thinks are real sayings, but they're not. She's just missed it, kind of like the, tidbits and tiddlywink bits.
Yeah.
The one that I always say, because I find it hilarious and it stumps people, is, oh, how the turns have tabled.
Ah, yes.
It's my favourite thing. sing if something
That's the
switches
play
up.
on words.
I how the turns of tape, and everyone goes, that's not the saying right.
Yeah,
I'm like, it's
I know.
brilliant.
I know.
And then Georgia, one of our co-workers, every single time she wants to agree with you and go, absolutely, she goes, abso-dogly. And it's my favourite. I
I
love
love
it.
it when you do it on purpose and people look at you like you're an idiot and you're like, I know what I'm doing.
It's half the fun. I really like that it's not rocket salad. That's good. Yeah.
You can use it.
Thank you.
And also just adding a little bit more to really, really further your point. For example, pardon me very much and excuse me
Very much.
How dare you very much, Jodie?
No, we didn't realise that we do that a lot, but it was pointed out.
Every day, constantly. And I do
Do we?
love it. Yeah, you guys add very much to everything.
Well,
Pardon
excuse me very much. Zoe.
Good morning, Laura.
Good morning.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
Good. What's your expression that you like to use
Cool and gravy.
instead
Instead
of?
of?
Cool and groovy.
Yeah, that's
Cool and
good.
gravy.
Cool and gravy.
Yeah.
Yes. Of course.
Sort of gravy chicken.
Yeah, it's good. Reminds me of a little. There's a thing if you YouTube as well, a thing called Wanker Banker.
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of the great sketches. This is one of the things he says.
Well, the whole thing's Coolio Iglesias.
Thank you, Laura.
That sort of vibe.
Hey, Gio, how you doing?
We add licious to the end of most names or descriptions of things. So my son's Sammy, it's Sammy Licious. My daughter's Lala Licious. Lily Licious is the dog, and
Yeah, coming from the most licious of them all, Geo-licious.
that's exactly right. Nailed it.
I love that. Well done. Gio, you are in the running for first class and 50K. Let's go to Joe. Hey, Joe. Go on
Good
then.
morning.
Go on.
Oh, so instead of coincidence, we use coinky dink.
Oh, yes.
Yep, so absolute top shelf.
Yeah,
Been
that's
there
good.
for a long time.
That's good. Do you have any others there?
Oh, we do. So instead of fresh avocado, it's free shavakadu. It's very embarrassing when you order it.
Yes. Do you have any free sugar?
See, that's the same sort of vibes as when we go to our Subway back in the day when we were real funny as teenagers.
Yeah.
And instead of saying jalapenos, you'd ask for jalapenos. and the guy at Subway's like, oh, God, I've heard this 4 times already today.
Tallulah used to do that. My housemate, she's vegan, and anytime we went to a restaurant, she'd go, I'm just checking because I'm vegan.
Lucy, hit us with your expression, please.
Hey guys, so mine comes from me messing it up years ago, and now our family just use it as something we say when someone's done something good, and it's I'm not a pretty face.
That's good.
Oh, I love it so much.
Oh, it's very good. Jeez, there's some good ones out there as well.
There
Everyone
is.
has got an air this morning as well. Automatically on the standby list for first class and 50K. Keep the text coming through 0400 919 919. But if you've got one, 13 24 10.
I'm so going to my greengrocers today when I do my fruit and veg shopping saying, can I have a fresh avocado?
It's Joe Delicious and Hazy. Jode, you are an absolute slave for a reality show.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I want to talk about reality TV show, and let's take a little trip down memory lane with this one. But first, there's a new show on the horizon, you guys. It's called Pip TV. So apparently Pip Edwards is in talks for her own TV show. So the PE Nation founder is rumoured to have 2 television executives fighting over the rights to be in a reality series on her life.
Okay.
So Pip Edwards, she is allegedly the other woman in that love triangle with former Aussie cricketer Michael Clarke, Yasmin Yarbrough, who's the partner of Carl Stefanovic.
Yes.
You remember the big blow up in the Noosa Park where Clarkey was having a Barney with his missus and then did his hammy halfway through?
Yeah, how could we possibly forget?
Don't you walk away. She can. She can punch you. No, you're wrong. Go ahead, you're wrong.
Carlos!
So yeah, there is that, and I guess if it's that spicy, then maybe I'd tune in. Wow. But it just got me thinking about some really poor ideas over the journey from reality TV. Can you remember being Lara Bingle?
Oh my God.
Get to know the real Lara Bingle in 10's new series. Being Lara Bingle, coming soon to 10.
Thoughts on that?
Again, a bit of a Michael Clarke theme, because that was around the time that those two had split, and he allegedly flushed the engagement ring down the toilet, or she did. I can't remember anyway. It was worth $1 bazillion. It was a really bad show.
Yeah, see, that was one of those ones where I just wonder if the executive producers were like, well, we're doing this in-depth show about Lara Bingle where we really get to know her.
And we scratched
halfway
the
in, we're like, I don't know if we did want to know all those things.
There was another one back in the day. Can you remember Undercover Angels?
No.
So basically, Ian Thorpe headed it up. He was like the Aussie Charlie from Charlie's Angels. And he sent out the likes of Jackie O and Kelly Underwood from Bardo to do good deeds around.
Wow. What a combination.
I want to know who was in that meeting when they pitched it. And they went, yes.
Okay, now stay with us. Listen.
Yeah.
Fronted, Ian Thorpe, the torpedo. And then just go, yep, good.
There was another one that was a massive car crash. It was called Celebrity Splash. So they basically got celebs to jump off a 10-metre platform.
I remember that. That lasted only a few weeks.
Yes, it really did. Poor ratings saw that dive to the bottom of the pool. There's another show from the States, which is arguably the worst reality series of all time. It was called Born in the Wild, and it was this horrible show where basically they dump a woman in the middle of the forest and let her go into labour. And the kicker of this TV show is basically, does the mother and the child survive?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
Again,
my God.
How does this make it past the boardroom?
I'm excited to have my baby outside in Alaska. We're surrounded by the lake, the trees, and the clouds and the mountains. It's absolutely breathtaking.
If something is wrong, here we are in the middle of nowhere.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Beautiful. Just picture it.
It's so serene. I love it so much. And then there was Australia's Next Top Model, which was actually quite a decent show that I got into until what was probably the most cringeworthy moment in Aussie reality history. And it was through no fault of Sarah Murdoch, who was the beautiful host. But they just told her the wrong winner's name of the series. Have a listen.
So the winner and Australia's Next Top Model for 2010 is... It's you, Kelsey. Oh my God, I don't know what to say right now. I'm feeling a bit sick about this. This was a complete accident. I'm so sorry. It's Amanda. I'm so sorry. It was fed to me wrong.
I feel bad. What a stitch up for Sarah Murdoch.
It was so awful. Can you only imagine, Hayesy? It's akin to them announcing your name in the AFL draft and saying, you've been selected by the Crows, Andrew Hayes.
I'm cruising. They're like, no, sorry, different Andrew Hayes. And I'm like, oh, no. Turn around and strut back in a different direction.
Oh, my God. Oh, God. And then at the time, you punch Andrew Dimitri on the face.
Right in the face. Caught that, Gil McLaughlin.
We're going back in time. Hazy's on this daisy. In time.
Wacky Wednesday, time for a big, thick injection of knowledge into that beautiful derriere of yours. It's time for On This Daisy. Let's go back 6th of March to 1972. Shaquille O'Neal was born in New Jersey. Today is his 52nd birthday. He's got a big derriere.
Isn't he?
I know at one stage I think he was weighing upwards. He's about 7'2", weighing upwards of about 150 kilos. He's a big boy.
I think they call that a booty, don't they?
Big old booty.
Big old booty.
Oh, iconic too though, Shaq. I was obsessed with Shaq when I was young.
Were you?
Particularly in his Orlando days when he started, because he genuinely, you couldn't get a more iconic person to start an NBA franchise.
So true, mate.
I'm veering off into sports chat now. 1912 Oreo cookies were introduced for the first time. I'd love to know how many Oreos I've consumed. It'll be hundreds of thousands, I reckon.
Are you an Oreo boy?
Huge Oreo fan.
So if there's a packet of Oreos sitting there on the bench and it's 8:30 at night, really?
Whole packet.
You can't stop it too?
Absolutely. And I eat the packet as well.
God.
Yeah, it's a genuine thing. Like, if you can have one or two Oreos, how the hell do you do it? And they stain your teeth. It feels like for days too. Worth it.
Yeah.
Throw some milk in there.
Do that thing where you go, suck it through your teeth.
Big time. 2022 Glass Animals song Heat Waves sets new record of 59 weeks as #1 on US Billboard Top 100. It's pretty unpredictable what's going to go number, particularly in the US. Like, how could you predict, for example, that Gautier, somebody that I used to know, would crack it and go #1?
You would just have no idea, would you?
Nah.
And yet here we are.
Here we are having this really, really intelligent conversation. #1 song on March the 6th in 2019 was Without Me by Halsey.
Okay.
Here's a fun fact. Halsey is an anagram for Ashley.
Oh, clever.
Thinking you could live